Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here at Torn Reels. Considering the political climate nowadays, with all the friction between the Pakistanis and Israel, or whatever is going on over there in the Middle East, we'd like to show you how much we actually care by doing the review on "You Don't Mess with the Zohan." By far, one of the best,
most racist movies, not.
And I actually have the girl with me today from the barbershop, the one with the stroke. How you doing today?
Bitch.
Bro, dude, did you notice that she really, like,
she had like a stroke.
Hella strokey. She's like,
and she's holding the phone like with like one finger.
She got that palsy with
How
that one
do
fucking,
that, bro.
Well, I mean,
she's got her. She's holding it like this.
If the guy did it from Scary Movie with this fucking, with this strong hand, I'm sure she could wing it. Bro, by far, you don't mess with the Zohan. I actually, and I'm gonna start another podcast real quick before we get into it. I was actually watching Joe Rogan's podcast with Adam Sandler, and oh yeah, shout out, let us know. Probably never, but anyway, the point is, so he was doing a podcast with Adam
Sandler.
One,
he's not shouting out to us. After this one, he's not shouting out to us at all.
He blocked us.
100%.
He went on Spotify. He's like, fuck, I'm just letting you know.
I'm letting you know now. We'll continue.
So he was doing a podcast with Adam Sandler, which, by the way, seemed like a great guy from the podcast. But he was talking about how this is a movie that his daughters and his wife watch constantly. He's like, he's like, I think I've watched this movie like 20, 30 times, whatever. I was like, bro, that's rookie numbers, bro. You got to pump that shit up.
Dude.
Bro, I'm over here on 60, rounding 70 times I've seen this. Right, it's a great movie, I think.
It's a fucking great movie.
All right, what do you like the most about this movie? Like the pinnacle plot points that you like, or the pinnacle stuff that you like from this movie?
Well, before I continue, for those who have never seen the movie, go watch it. It's really funny. Don't Mess with the Zohan is about an Israeli counter-terrorist who's apparently amazing.
Counter-terrorist operative.
He's an amazing soldier who just wants to be a hairdresser. You make the jokes you want.
Yeah. From there. He all he wants to do is stop fighting, because it seems for him like no matter what they do,
they can't kill him.
Not that they can't kill him. He can't. He's because it's dealing with the war that's happened over there in the Middle East for hundreds and hundreds of years. Like there's no side, and he's like, this is worthless. Like we're not moving anything. Every time I capture a spy, you guys give him back. Every time you do this, I do that. You know, there's no point for me. So his whole dream is about coming to America, which I mean everybody, and then he wants to
cut and style hair,
or as he says it, make people silky smooth.
And there's gonna be a lot of accents.
A lot of terrible accents,
and a lot of. If you get offended really quickly, just exit out. I get it.
Hilarious movie. Even right at the beginning, you start having like the hilarity where he gets his hand cut off, where he's like this crazy ass soldier, where he talks about all these things that he's doing, where like he's making fish and he's naked and he's like hacky sacking, not just the paddle that he's playing with, like
is a spatula.
Yeah, it's like it's a spatula. He's playing like, what is it, like pickleball or something with
whatever it is,
and he's using the spatula, and then he like tosses the fish up in the air and catches it in his ass, bro. It's fucking amazing. It's a great movie altogether.
I want that fish.
That's gross.
Man,
that's 100%, disgusting.
100%. But so no, one of my favorite parts though is that he's like at the beach. It's the beginning of the movie. He's at the beach, right? And he's walking down the beach. And they tell him to do a tug of war contest. So he's tug of warring with a bunch of people, and so you see him like tug of war with a bunch of like bodybuilders.
A bunch of buff ass.
And he's doing it like nothing. And then there's a bull for some reason
in the beach,
and he's tug of warring with that shit.
So it's basically showing that he's like
super strong,
OP, like super OP. So they finally convince him to come back and do one more mission, whatever, right? Where he fakes his death,
where he has to find Phantom,
right?
Which is a terrorist,
which is the main antagonist in this movie. One of the main antagonists in this movie. He fights him, and they have basically a macho off. It's basically of who can feel no pain, of who can do all this stuff, and they're like biting themselves with like a piranha, throwing grenades at each other. At one point,
they're playing pickleball with a grenade. They're just like boom, boom, boom.
And then finally, what is it? Adam Sandler's character Zohan, he decides that he's gonna fake his death. So he comes up with this elaborate scheme where he pretends that he got blown up by the grenade, and then Phantom, which we find out his name later is Fatouche. I'm sorry. And and he lifts up his underwear, basically saying like, "Hey, I
I
killed the
meet him,
Zohan."
and the crotch is like super engorged.
Like it's huge and everything, right? And it turns out that it's not even his dick; it's the bush. So
It's the bush.
it's the bush.
It's the bush. It's not even his dick is average size.
That shit'll get a whole HOA warning, bro. Right there,
for
just
real,
off
dude.
rip.
For real.
But yeah, so he has this plan. He secretly tucked away his clothes in a seagull and
on
he,
a pelican.
on a pelican's foot, and then he grabs it and then he pets the pelican and it goes away.
By the way, high fives it. He high fives
the
the
pelican.
pelican.
That's
By the way,
right.
we're not making this up. Watch the movie. It's literally the
It's such a
first 2
great
seconds.
movie.
Or whatever.
It's such a great movie. But yeah, anyway, he comes out over to the United States and he does like wackiness of all sorts of everything like that. But yeah, anyway,
He changes his name to Scrappy Coco because the way he smuggled into America, which is God, is in a dog crate with 2 dogs named Scrappy and Coco.
And he uses his tongue to undo the bolts from the inside
because he's a sex machine.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
I'm
bro,
just
with a
gonna-
tongue like that though,
Hey,
I'm just saying,
dude, like if you can unscrew something,
if you can tickle me from the back with that shit, let's
I
do it,
mean,
you know?
whatever,
I
dude.
mean, fuck it.
I got a couple salads.
I'm
What?
done. What?
What?
A couple, huh? I don't even know. Just
No, just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. All right. What was I saying?
It's about salads.
So just anyone who knows. But he goes to Paul Mitchell's hair salon because that's the person he wants to
Which by the
work
way,
with, right?
Which by the way, Paul Mitchell in that movie does not look bad.
No, he looks good. He's like what, 80?
Well, now he's like dead, but yeah, back then probably.
Whatever. He was like 80 at the time.
But anyway, what were we saying?
But he goes to Paul Mitchell's store and tells the receptionist, "Hey, I want to speak to Paul Mitchell." And she's like, "Oh, he's not in right now." And he goes, "Oh, don't worry, I'll wait."
Yeah, and he starts acting goofy and starts doing his old thing where he's very like they make fun of the stereotypes of Middle Easterns where they're like very abrasive and they're like, no, it's all right. Like, you know,
I'll wait.
I'll wait. And you're like, no, that's not what I'm. Damn it. But, you know, all that stuff. So they make fun of all that. He encounters a few people. He has a few antics and he meets a friend along the way and he ends up fucking his mom repeatedly.
Yeah.
At least like 8 times.
Hold on, before we skipped a huge part that for me is hilarious, okay? So let me go back to the beginning, okay? So he tells his parents there's got to be something else more than war, right?
Oh, at the very beginning?
Yeah, at the very beginning. Sorry, I missed the part, my bad. He tells his parents, "Hey, I want to do something more than war."
Did you see that?
Right? Yeah, I did. I just tried to ignore it, so just keep going. He wants to do something more than war. And he's like, "I want to go to America." And again, they go with the stereotype that Israelis and, you know, the Middle East haggle over stereo equipment. They sell electronics. God, I don't want to. This movie's gonna get us fucking canceled.
I thought you were gonna bring that up, the whole electronics store, later when he gets to America.
Wait, no,
I thought at this part you're gonna bring back the fact that they have everything with hummus.
I'm getting there.
They're dipping the chicken in hummus.
I'm getting there.
He's mixing his tea with hummus.
I'm getting there. So he tells his family that, and they were like, "Well, do you want to just haggle over stereo equipment? Because most Israelis do that apparently." And he goes, "No." He goes, "I want to cut hair." And instead of being, you know, loving parents and understanding, they called him a faggot in whatever language they do.
It's not even really a language. It's not even really a word from there.
It's fagala, but
it's supposed to sound like a Middle Eastern term. Yeah. But it's supposed to be for faggot.
For faggot.
Sorry for the word. Sorry.
Seriously. But so he's trying to like talk to them and they're laughing at him like to his face. And while his dad is laughing, his mom brings out like hummus or something like that, and he grabs his glasses, dips his glasses, and then licks his glasses because he eats hummus.
And the whole stereotype is that they do everything with hummus.
Hummus,
like, again,
everything
they
hummus.
They did tea, they did all that
everything.
Stuff with hummus.
And then so he goes to America and everything like that, and before he goes to meet Paul Mitchell, he's getting ready, and then he's wearing the silk shirt, the white pants,
and he has the Avalon haircut.
And he has the Avalon haircut, but he brushes his teeth with hummus.
That's hilarious.
And it's the funniest shit ever. Sorry, I need to go back to that. Continue.
No, you're good. But anyway, so he goes through all types of adventures throughout the whole fucking movie. It's great. You guys should definitely watch it. There's a lot of characters. It really shows Adam Sandler's not just depth, but his ability to bounce off of funny shit. Because remember, before all the movies, he used to do stand-up. He did a lot of small parts and then a lot of big parts as well. And he's, you know, and not to be mean to the guy, he's not one to stay in shape a lot. He plays basketball like once or twice a week, and he balls up like pretty well. He's actually a pretty good, fairly decent basketball
Whatever
player.
you say couldn't insult him because he could buy you.
Yeah, he could literally buy me.
I'm
He
just
could
letting you know.
literally own me.
I'm just saying. So,
But
I mean, you could call him fat all you want. He's not gonna care. He's
oh,
gonna
I
be like, I
mean,
could buy you.
well, I mean, it's not even fat. It's just that I know that sometimes like I don't know, not just that. It's like we're like people are so used to like the stereotype of like male characters,
The
especially
fit
in this,
and the
like
cut and
super
everything.
fit.
Yeah.
And in this movie, he's super cut, and he talks about how he wants to like go back to that, but it's like he's like I don't know if I could commit, stuff like that. But
Well, no, dude.
it's a lot of work. But
It
anyway,
is.
so throughout the whole thing, like there's a lot of mishaps and everything like that. But it's really good. It plays a lot of it plays on a lot of the stereotypes and stuff. For me, one of my favorite scenes is when he's looking for a job at a hair salon, and he goes into a bunch of different shops, right? And as he's going through different shops because he's so culture shocked. It's supposed to be that he's so culture shocked. He's not used to how things are over here. He he, he goes over to one with a bunch of kids, right? And he's talking to the guy, and he's like, "Hey, bro, let me give it a try." And the guy's like, "Okay, you think you can handle it?" "Yeah, yeah, no, I can handle it." And he goes over to the kid, and the kid is like fucking crying and everything like that, and just like getting upset, whatever. And he grabs him by the shoulder, and he fucking makes him pass out. And he gets over to him, and he goes, "By the age of 8, I had already killed 3 men. Maybe you should grow up." And then he goes to the hairdresser. He goes, "You should take this time to do the neck real quick while he's
Right.
there." I was like, "Damn,
Like,
bro."
okay. No, like the other one when he goes to the black salon and she goes, "Well, have you ever done sister's hair?" And she pulls out like a big fucking thing of dreads, and he grabs it, and he's wrestling with it, and he throws it, and he grabs the fucking scissors, and he chucks it in, and it stabs it, and he goes, "Go,
And
I'll
he
cover
jumps
you."
on it. He goes, "Go, I'll cover you. I'll cover you." And then he looks at it. He goes, "Oh, this is hair. Oh, joke's on me."
Joke's on me.
And it's like, no, bro,
No, the joke. There was no joke.
there
First
was
of all,
no joke.
second of all, what?
Holy shit, man. But no,
No,
it was,
the best character in this movie, though. The best character in this movie is Rob Schneider. And yes, he is in this movie. If you watch
he's in
it,
all Adam Sandler movies.
if you watch it, hold on. If you watch it and you don't recognize him, good, because he is the taxi driver. The taxi driver of this motherfucker.
How can you not recognize him, bro? He's so unique.
Dude, honestly, but a lot of people don't. I've talked to a lot of people that watched this movie, and they're like, I didn't even know that was Rob Schneider.
Bro, his reaction when he's dialing on the phone is you. Is you. Bro, he's eating and they're like dialing it, and then this guy's like just trying to dictate the number, but they're like so stuffed up and they're saying it like supposedly like in Israeli numbers.
Wahat, seven.
And then Rob Snyder's like dialing. He's like, "Okay, cool," and he goes to put it up, and then he continues with the like,
Wahat.
he's like, "Wait, hang on," and then he goes back up, and he's like, and he continues. He's like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And then he just looks at him like, "We're good, we're good, all right, cool, bet."
He goes, and then the guy says something. He goes, "Okay," and then one more time he goes, and then he goes, "All right," and then the guy continues. He goes, "Oh my god!" And he goes,
"Dude, stop!" No, and then
nothing is better than the negotiation between Phantom and Rob Schneider's character, who his name is
literally that same scene.
What was his name?
I can't remember what his name is.
Phantom and Salim. His name was Salim.
Phantom and Salim.
Oh my god. Okay, so Phantom became famous.
Hang on. His whole story, Salim's whole story is that Zohan killed his goat. Or Zohan took his goat. Zohan took his goat. So he has this spite for
grudge on Zohan.
And he sees him randomly. So he calls Phantom and says, "Hey bro, I got the Zohan in my sights."
So let me explain. Phantom got famous because he killed Zohan, right? Because you guys we mentioned in the beginning, he kills Zohan or Zohan and whatever like that. So he opens a chain of restaurants called Phantom Muchentuchen.
They're literally called Muchentuchen.
And so he's super famous. He's like, fucking a billionaire and everything like that.
They got action figures.
And they got action figures. Death to America.
Oh, that was one of their disclosures. Yeah. Death to America.
Death to America.
And not only that, they have Phantom takes out Zohan Part 2. Mm-hmm. What was it? Part 2 that they were on at that point.
Yep.
So he has like this whole like blown up thing.
And then Death to America, I think it was Inc. or Incorporated or something like that.
Yeah, it was like it's like their company name or like the production like the production name. Death to America Inc.
So Salim calls Phantom and goes, "Hey, I have the Zohan." And Phantom was like, "No, dude, I killed the Zohan." He goes, "No, you didn't. He came to America." And he goes, "Okay, well, send me a picture." And he sends him a picture and everything like that. And he goes, "Okay, well, what do you want?" And he goes, "I want your food chain." He goes, "No.
I want a food chain of Salim ice cream."
No, he wants a food. He wants his Muchentuchen food chain. He goes, "No, you don't leave any incentive to do that." And he goes, "Okay, then you give me half. Phantom and Salim Muchentuchen." And he goes, "No." And he goes, I get yogurt store attached to the store. And he goes, okay. And he goes, I get free yogurt when I go to the store. No. I make profits from store. No. I get free yogurt every time I go to the store. He goes, okay, within reason. And he goes, and I want some of your wives. And the Phantom goes, okay, how many? And he goes, I think he says 50. He goes, 50. And he goes, no. And he goes, I sleep with one wife. No. Your wife gives one pee-pee touch. He goes, okay. So he never negotiated.
He got nothing.
He got nothing.
He got nothing.
And it's the funniest part because he celebrates.
At the end, he's like, yes!
Him and his friends are like, yes! We did it!
That's so funny. When they're trying to build a bomb and they get Neosporin instead of liquid nitrogen because they don't understand.
Liquid nitrogen. That's what that Neosporin was, bro.
And the old ass pharmacist is like, the fuck are you saying?
But he's trying. He's trying to do the best he can. And the guy was like, we want to make a bomb. And he goes,
it literally started with L, and he brought him a package that started with N. That pharmacist needs to retire.
Right. That pharmacist was like 80, bro.
How many people got killed because of that pharmacist?
Right. No, 100%. And then everyone in this movie is obsessed with Mariah Carey, within reason, because Mariah Carey's some of her songs are
she's currently
amazing.
defrosting.
She is. I heard earlier
dude. I heard.
I was like, oh shit!
I heard a Christmas song and I was like, turn it off.
Yes, she's defrosting, bro. She's crazy. Coming.
She's everywhere.
She's coming. She's coming.
I have a theory that Mariah Carey is God. Remind me to tell you later.
Okay. Oh, sure. Right. But
you're like
this movie. So again, his whole thing is to be a hairdresser. So he goes to this Pakistani hairdressing place, right? With the girl that you called me, you fucking dick. Works there, right?
Also, wait, hang on. Tribute and shout out to the girl who owns the shop. This really pretty girl who ends up being Zohan's wife or whatever. She was also on Snow Day. Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, she was. She was on Snow Day.
She was a diver.
She was a diver.
Check that movie out. That movie's pretty cool too. It's a pretty cool film.
I
know. I like that movie, especially with the fact that we have that girl from Two Broke Chicks who's also in Snow Day, and I love her to death. I think I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
The
but
ginger one, right?
Yeah. Oh, dude, she's amazing. She was also Max Keeble. Anyway, keep going.
Me
Google is me name. I'm sorry.
Me Google. Sorry. What were we saying?
I like that.
So he goes to this Pakistani place, right? And he's like very like weary because Israeli and Pakistani people are like at war with each other for some reason. So he's like, I don't really want to work here, but I need to work here, so I'm gonna work here anyway.
He literally says, "But that ass."
But that ass, literally. He said, "I will touch you with my pinachin."
Oh, dude. When he goes there and he has to talk to the gay guy, to the gay hairstylist.
Oh my god!
And he's trying to get him to like fuck the old ladies because that's what Zohan is doing.
So okay, hold on, I'm getting there, bitch. I'm getting there. All right, so he gets to this job and he like one of their hairstylists quit apparently, right? And she goes, okay, well Zohan, you can take the rest of the clients for today. And so he cuts this bitch's hair like all sexual and everything like that. And he goes, okay, well when I'm done with her, you can go. And they're like, what do you mean done with her? They take her to the back room and he's fucking the dog shit out of this.
He's making sticky.
He's making sticky. So every client,
and when we mean like the shit out of her, like I mean, there's bottles coming off the wall.
The fucking shells came off. Yeah, everything.
My poor dude is trying to cut some other girl's hair, just getting whacked.
I think his name is Ray. I think his name is Ray. Yeah, Ray or something.
He's just getting whacked with shampoo bottles and shit. He's just like
he just doesn't care though. He's just cutting the hair and it's like falling.
He just gets used to it. He's just like
whatever, dude. It happens all day.
Like Zohan does random shit. Like he'll mop up or like sweep up the hair, and he'll like have like a little vacuum cleaner and like play with like the old lady's nipples and the fucking and the movie. It's so hilarious.
He took an old lady's earring off with his tongue. Why? Who fucking
crafty ass motherfucker.
Crafty ass motherfucker. You know how? Hold on. You know how hard that is. You have to take off the backing. You have to ink that off. Hold the backing in your hand. It's a lot of steps.
That tongue just morphed two hands. Right. Like, hang on.
Hold on.
We got it, and then it curls back in.
Yeah, right. Like, how do you do that, bro? And then, so he's fucking every bitch, right? So he becomes the best hairstylist, right? And then Paul Mitchell, who he tried to work for, and they just didn't want to introduce him, calls him and he goes, "Hey, Scrappy, like, come work for me. I'll pay you more. I'll name a shampoo after you.
I'll get you all the chair. You'll have the main chair. I'll get you. I'll name you after conditioner and shampoo. You'll have your own line of haircuts." And he's like, "No, I will destroy you if you call me again." And he fucking hangs up.
No, my allegiance lies here. I will destroy you. And he hangs up. It's like, all right.
While he's getting
his nipple licked
by an
old lady with whipped cream. Dude, this movie's great.
This movie's wild, bro. And like, I was looking into it a few times. They try to do a sequel of You Don't Mess with the Zohan because it includes like they beat the bad guys and everything, and then they open up the mall, and then he has his own hair salon with the girl and everything, and then they invite their parents, and their parents are very proud of him and everything. Um, I'm gonna go right back closer to the beginning because we forgot to mention the character. But overall, in the story, they try to make a few times where they did a part two. However, unfortunately, with literally with all the political things that were going on with the Middle East, a lot of people were like, maybe it's not a good idea to bring it out.
Right.
But I know that Adam Sandler has talked about it numerous times that he wants to do another You Don't Mess with the Zohan. And
Okay.
everybody who was on that cast originally is down to bring it back. They love that movie.
Except the parents. The parents died.
Yeah, but they were like a billion.
Literally a billion.
Literally a billion. But like the rest of them are down to do it. They all have like really fond memories. They love that cast. It's another one of those like almost like it came around. It didn't come around the same time as like these movies like Euro Trip and stuff like that. But it was kind of like the same feel. It was supposed to be wacky.
Right.
It was supposed to be like in a way like I don't even know what to compare it to. Like one of those parody movies.
Yeah, like scary movie.
Yeah, like scary movie
like
type.
A scary movie type thing. Yeah.
But it kind of directed to the Middle East, and it showed all of like their tropes and everything, and how Americans see the Middle East as well.
Right. How they're obsessed with disco.
How they're obsessed with like partying and clubs and disco and all that stuff. The only thing that they didn't have in this one, which I was really surprised, is the BMWs.
Right.
Not to be racist, but I'm gonna be racist.
I mean, no, they didn't actually. No,
they didn't have that.
They really didn't.
They didn't have. They had
the white BMW.
The white BMWs. Like I would have.
But I think that's Arab. That's not Israeli or no.
Whatever,
that's
bro.
Arab.
Whatever, bro.
Arab. And look, we are being extremely stereotypical. Not 100%, but we're racist. But
no, you want to talk about something bad? You want to talk about something bad? The beginning of this movie where he goes into the cab with Chris Rock. And he's like, yeah. He goes,
oh my god.
He's like, I have a dream to open up my own hair salon and everything. And he goes, oh,
I had a dream too.
He goes, I had a dream too. He goes, I dreamed that I was gonna come here to America and make enough money
to bring my family from Jamaica and everything like that.
And then
he goes, this is a good dream? What happened? He goes, oh, all my family got hacked to death.
No, he says, did dream come true? He goes, nope, family was hacked to death. I was like, oh my god.
But I love the Chinese food here. It's incredible.
It's incredible. I was like,
Jesus. A Jamaican guy, dude.
It's like some random Jamaican guy.
God,
but dude, Chris Rock did so great.
Dude,
with that.
He did great.
Just to turn that conversation fucking a sharp left turn. Just like, oh yeah, they were hacked to death. All my family.
Can we talk about a certain scene for me real quick? So, like Sean said earlier, he met a guy and he started living in his house, and he started fucking his mom for some reason, right? And this guy was really upset because, he's fucking his mom. So Zohan tells him, okay, well, let me take you to a club. We'll take you to a club and we'll go, right? Tell me why, when this guy goes to the club, he orders a drink and it's milk.
That's like your order.
It's literally not.
I should have called you him instead of the girl with the stroke. That would have been hilarious.
Hilarious.
That would have been a great. I love him, by the way, because he
is an amazing actor.
That actor who does that role is in the next movie that we're gonna review, Blades of Glory. He's a fucking amazing, underrated actor, bro. He is
such a good actor, bro.
He is the Cedric Diggory dad of the fucking Zohan, bro. He's amazing.
He plays awkward, gay, and distressed. Anxiety, stalker, everything
perfectly.
He is the perfect.
He is the best, bro. But he is amazing.
So he orders milk for some reason.
Who does that?
And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna try to get into the club vibe. So he's trying to grind up on some bitch, right? But instead of grinding on the bitch, he's humping her, and he's going, woo!
No, my one of my favorite ones where he comes to the United States. He meets this guy who recognizes him at the club, and he's this he's this Middle Eastern guy, and he's like, "Oh, you should come work at my shop." Oh, Israeli guy. I'm sorry. And he's like, he goes, "You should come work at my shop." And he shows up. Zohan shows up, and he looks at the sign, and it says "going out of business." And he's like, "Hey, what the hell? He just told me to come work for you." He goes, "You're going out of business." He goes, "Oh no." He goes, "That's just a sign." He goes, "That's just for business." That's just for business. And he goes, huh? And which is true.
Think about it. Think about it. It's an ingenious fucking
thing. The earlier 2000s, hang on. In the earlier 2000s, we used to live in LA, and there was fucking every shop, whether it was Middle Eastern, or Hispanic always said it, going out of business, clearance, liquidation, and everything, because they would just get people to come in and they would just sell it. There was never any sale.
No.
They sold you at the same price. They just said sale and
You're
going out
just
of business.
stupid.
Yeah, because you'd be like, oh fuck, dude, discount 70% off, and it's not. You still got the same price, and if you got any discount, it was with cheap ass products. Seriously, like
They put that because people are stupid.
They literally have a scene in You Don't Mess with the Zohan where one of the guys is modeling. He's modeling. Now I'm not even talking about the Sony guns. He's modeling a phone,
a flip phone,
and this guy's like, "Hey, bro, like none of this is working." And he's like, "Look," he goes, "You open this up, press one button, free HBO." And I'm like, "Bro, it's a flip phone,
free HBO." You're like, and the screen is this big, bro.
He's talking. He's showing another Bluetooth piece, and he's like putting it up to his ear. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You don't hear the music? like, there's nothing on the phone. It's just blank.
Dude, it's hilarious.
Just off."
And then they're haggling about a watch. This girl bought a watch there, and it says it was waterproof, and they put it in the water and it broke, right?
Water resistant.
It's supposed to be like a Rolex, right? Rolexes are waterproof. And he goes, no. He goes, it's not waterproof. It's water resistant. You can't bathe with this shit.
Like, bro,
they're arguing about it because they want to save money, right?
They have the Sony Guts thing where the guy's like, "Hey, I had a promotion." He goes,
Ushigawa.
He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I had a promotion to get this fucking thing, which was a Sony DVD player." He goes, "And what is Fushigawa?" He goes, "Oh no, it's the same thing. It's Sony Guts. So like the internals are supposed to be Sony." And he's like, "But that's not what it said in the ad." And he goes, No, that's how it is." And the phone rings and he picks it up. He goes, "Yes." He goes,
"Yes."
No,
wait, time. He goes, "Well, how much is it?" And he goes, like, I think it's like $750, right? I'm throwing out a number. And he goes, "But the newspaper said $250." And he goes, No, $750.
This is the best I can do.
This is the best I can do. And then he calls, and then go ahead.
The guy, someone calls and he goes, "Hello?" He goes, Yes, Sony. Yes, $250. That's it." He goes, and the other guy's like, "What the fuck?"
The guy's in there, "Yo, like, what the fuck,
dude?" And then the other scene where that guy's like, where fucking Zohan is finally like, "All right, you know what? Fuck it, I'll go work for you. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm sad, but I'm gonna go work for you." And the other guy's like, No, not the Zohan. He goes, "The electronic store is the place where dreams die." And he starts going to these random guys that look like nothing like the jobs that they wanted.
Right.
Nothing at all. He's like, "This man, he wanted to be NASCAR driver, short ass motherfucker, skinny as shit.
This one wanted to be the next Bill Cosby,
and he's wearing a Bill Cosby shirt with a gold chain." I was like, "This dude," which, by the way, was hilarious because at the end of that era, that was like the style for a bunch of teenagers for a while. It was like the Bill Cosby shirt, the gold chain, the white ass shoes like these. That's why I just stayed because I'm fucking old and shit.
Because you're like 80.
Because I'm like 80. Dude, I'm serious, dude.
Sorry.
Pudding pop.
Anyway.
No, pudding pop. And then he's like, "Oh, this guy wanted to be a hand model," and he's like showing him.
He's showing him like this. He's like let's say this is the phone. He's going,
dude, it's so great. This movie has to be so incredible just because we have a fucked up sense of humor.
Dude, it's the funniest thing. So his friend that tells him no, that he doesn't want to work, right? This whole cul-de-sac that they're on is being bought out by this conglomerate, right? And this conglomerate's lawyers are coming to talk to him. "Hey, we're raising your rent." And the guy looks at him and goes, No. He goes, "I pay you $150. He goes, "But we're requesting $750. He goes, "Okay, $350. Done and done. We both go home unhappy." And the guy goes, "No." And he goes, "What are you standing here for? I have girlfriend. Get out."
What do you like me? I have girlfriend.
And he tells him to walk out, and the lawyer's like, "All right."
The lawyer's so dumbstruck. He's like, "I guess I'll just come back then."
I guess I'll just come back. But how do you negotiate rent? Like, just $750. I pay you $150 and done. But it's $750. Okay, $350. We go home unhappy.
It's like you're not getting this.
You're not getting this.
No.
He's not understanding.
Bro, it's so funny because like a lot of and people think that it's like Middle Eastern people that are like that. Business people are like that.
All of them.
All business people are like that. Everybody that I've ever encountered that has the same approach. He's like, no, 150, 250 or whatever. Yeah. They're always haggling. And it's not Middle Eastern people. I've seen it done with Mexicans,
whites,
with blacks, people, with whites, everybody, dude. Everybody does it. Again, just a quick racist quote. 2 for $5.
2 for $5.
Negotiating all the time, bro. You gonna get that. Which, by the way, I gotta go get my Chinese food on the way back here because it's just fucking delicious. Anyway, sorry, but other than that, what would you rank this movie? Given
Yeah.
the time that it came out, given everything that's going on, what would you rank this movie?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
This is a 10 out of a 10 movie.
Me too,
And look,
bro.
and it's not everyone's cup of tea. To other people, this could be a 1. Like, Tony doesn't like this movie.
Oh, dude.
Tony hates this movie. This movie, to me, not only is it a classic, right?
It's like a staple, bro.
It's a staple
of what comedy should be.
Of what comedy should be.
Dude.
Of what comedy movies should be. They should be hilarious. They should be just for entertainment. That is literally like in the part of the movie, they heard that Phantom is gonna go to this hacky sack tournament, right? And Mariah Carey's gonna be there. She's the singer, so he's gonna go. And Zohan and his friends were like, "Well, Phantom is coming. Let's go get him." And so this guy calls up his homies, and they go, "Okay, Ben." They're all terrorists, right? Counter terrorists. So they all have different jobs. One of them works at a what's not fajita? What is it called? Oh my god!
It's like a Greek place. And he has the fryers and he pulls out the grenades.
And he pulls out. He opens the fryers and it's grenades. This guy does a movie like a moving company, and he goes to like this to the bubble wrap, and it's bulletproof vests. It's so funny as shit. And the grenades, he puts them in a fucking to-go container. Like,
dude, my favorite one was with the newspaper guy. They're like, all right, get ready, and he opens the fucking newspaper, and there's like guns right there, and he takes like 4 in a newspaper. I was like, what the fuck?
But one's in the electronic place, they take off something, and it's like they take out like one of the Sonic guts. And it's like a fucking pistol with a silencer and everything.
Dude, the one that got me is the carpet ones where they're rolling it out. And it's like all a bunch of
bro.
And, like,
and it's dude, this movie is just so funny. Yes, so it is bad. Incredibly racist if you look at it.
Horribly racist.
But it's it's like how comedy should be. It's supposed to be just for entertainment.
It goes so far with that it becomes a trope, and you're just like, this is hilarious to anybody who watches it. Mm-hmm. Like, again, you may not like the movie, you may not like that, but if you have the same sense of humor. Mm-hmm. And it's really about sense of humor, because this movie could have been about Mexicans,
and it would have been hilarious,
bro. Dude, can you imagine?
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, bro, please, if they made a movie like that,
but they
please,
did
Nacho Libre.
No, right? But they make fun of everyone in this movie. They make fun of everyone. They make fun of the Israelis and the Pakistanis, right? And then they're having an argument. They're all having an argument with each other, and they go. Dude, they sit next to you because they think you're Mexican.
Yeah,
and
bro, and then they're talking politics. Oh, I would fuck Hillary.
Hillary got them legs.
What are you talking
about? Michelle. He's like, I feel like Michelle would put me in line. You know what I mean?
Michelle, who doesn't think power is sexy,
right.
Bro? Dude, oh my god,
dude, this movie's great, bro. And that's the politics. Who would they fuck? Who would they fuck? Clinton, Hillary. I mean, not Clinton. Who else? It was Michelle and someone else.
And then Bush's wife.
And Bush.
Martha. Because Zohan turns around and goes, Martha, I would do this. I would do this.
I would do this.
Dude, that's so fucking hilarious.
And then they make fun of white people. They have like rednecks, like straight rednecks.
Yeah.
That are pretending to be Pakistani so they can blow up each other's store and everything like that.
Yeah. I love the binoculars that Phantom has, or not Phantom,
Zohan,
where it shows like the guys and they're like
what they like and everything.
Yeah,
like that.
What they like, and they show the guy. It's like Nazi, but white supremacist, blah blah blah, possible gay.
Possible gay.
I was like possible gay. I was like, God,
yeah, dude. I love when Phantom is trying to like fight off the fire. And instead of going in with like water or fire, he wraps his fucking hijab right around on his face, and he starts fighting the fire. Like,
he literally
fighting.
And Zohan is like, he needs help.
And he grabs hummus and puts out the fire with hummus.
Bro,
like, dude,
movie.
This movie.
Best movie.
Please, if anyone is watching this,
10 out of 10.
Movie. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I think my favorite character is the guy from the Going Out of Business store.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either, but he's one of my favorites. Who's yours?
Mine is Salim. I love Salim.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider, bro. I don't know what he has, but he has like a direct line to my funny bone sometimes.
When he talks to the girl and he's like just staring at Phantom, or he's staring at Zohan, he goes, "Thank you. Die in hell."
Die in hell.
Fucking gives him the
when he's driving and he's doing the like telemarketer shit, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I'm trying to work here. He's driving the cab as you're working. He goes, "This is work too." And she goes,
and you are a stupid cow.
And she goes, "You're not gonna get tip." And he's like, "And you are a stupid cow."
Dude, he's so funny. Rob Schneider's great.
Dude, oh my god, Rob Schneider is one of the funniest actors I've ever seen in my life.
He's very underplayed. I saw a bunch of stuff right now where he's kind of like making terms with this like psychological issues with his daughter and all that
Right.
stuff and everything. So
Right.
it's kind of interesting to see him go through something really serious since we know him as pretty much funny.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. I agree with you though. Salim was a great character. Again, I can't remember this guy's name, but I'll probably post a picture. I'll probably put him in editing and post and whatever, where we talk about the guy from going out of business. I think this movie overall was great.
Yeah.
Again, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 straight up.
And
no hesitation. It's not
No
even
hesitation,
close.
yeah.
It's 10 out of 10 and just on it.
And honestly, if you guys decide to do a part 2, I'm down to review that one.
I'm down to review it.
Whenever it comes
I'm down
out.
to be in it. So if Adam Sandler, if you want me to be in it, look, I look Israeli, bro. I got the nose and everything.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one.